Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the concept of self-worth. So in our society, we think that we have to have a big job or have a lot of money or be worthy of somebody to love us or somebody to accept us. And if you look around in nature, for example, if you look at the animal kingdom, we don't find anything like that in the animal kingdom. Like there's no concept of, oh, if I don't do that, if I don't achieve that, then I'm not worthy. So that's mainly what we do as humans. And I think it starts probably when we are very young, because we want to belong. Again, it comes back to that. We want to belong to someone, we want to be loved by someone. In the beginning, it's our family. And so we're trying to do things that's going to be acceptable and that's going to make them love us and accept us. So we're trying to put that into our self-worth. But if you look at babies, for example, when babies are born, when you look at a baby, do you look at the baby and think, oh, this baby doesn't have a job, so they're not worthy of love? Or you can look at a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old and you can say, oh, they don't know how to read or write yet, so they are not worthy of love. So the self-worth that we make up is really that. We've made it up. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about how we can put that, how we can live with that in proper context. It is very important to have a healthy level of self-worth, because you have to know who you are, but that starts with, again, the concept of self-love. If there's no self-love, then it's not easy to get the love or the acceptance outside of yourself. So if you start there with, what can I do to love myself more? What can I do to accept myself more? So that self-worth becomes something that you have for yourself. For example, we've already said, like when you are born with everything that you need. You don't need to deserve love. You just are loved. Just as we grow up, we kind of forget that and we move more, because in the world you see that people are valued who achieve things, and that's the other problem that we see in our society, is like if you don't achieve something, then you're kind of you're worthless in a way. And yeah, it's just wanting to understand how to find the balance of that, to understand what is a good amount of self-worth and what is the self-worth that we're trying to attain to get from other people that's not so healthy for us, okay? So the number one thing to understand is that you are worthy. Just hear me again. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of everything that this life can offer you. You don't have to do anything to deserve it. You don't have to go out of your way to make people love you and accept you, and to do things that's going to hurt you because you want to feel worthy. So we'll bring it back a little bit to relationships. A lot of times with relationships, one partner will say, oh, you didn't do this for me, or you didn't do that for me, so you're not worthy of my love. So then people move away from each other, okay? So first of all, understand that that has nothing to do with your self-worth. The fact that that person needed you to be someone who you're not, so that he or she can love you, is not love, okay? So understand that your self-worth is not involved in that. Your self-worth comes from yourself, understanding that you are here and that you exist here, and that's why you are worthy. So if you go out into the world and you achieve something, it's good. But if you go into the world and you're trying to achieve something and you fail, for example, once or twice, you are still worthy. So that's the problem with self-worth, is when we don't understand what it means to us. So you have to understand your own self-worth. What did I say early on? I'll say it again. You are worthy because you exist. So the moment that you forget that, if something happens on the outside and you get all upset emotionally, physically, mentally, then I want you to take a moment and remember these words. You are worthy because you exist, just the way you are. And you can take a moment, take a breath, take a couple of breaths, maybe close your eyes and just understand that concept and feel that. You have to create and generate that feeling of worthiness within yourself. When you have that feeling that you've generated, now you can move around with that feeling. So the next time when you try to achieve something and it doesn't happen for you, you don't get deflated, you don't think you're not worthy. All those things that go together with unworthiness. I am not worthy of love. I'm not worthy of success. I'm not worthy of whatever it is, education, whatever it is that's going on in your life. So basically today we're talking about what does self-worth mean. Don't become confused and don't put your self-worth into what you do. Rather, your self-worth comes from who you are. When you understand that, then you can also teach the people around you about your self-worth. So you're not waiting for others to give you permission to feel worthy of yourself. So that's what I would recommend about self-worth, just understanding where does it come from. Really, it comes from the beginning. We want to belong to our families, we want to do well, we want our mothers and fathers, families to be proud of us. So we try to do things and then think that our self-worth lies within those things that we achieve, but it really doesn't. Because the problem comes in when we don't achieve those things, then we have no self-worth. If you take, I'll give you another example. People understand money very well. If you take a $20 bill and you scrumple it up, or you can even put it in the mud, in the water, you scrumple it up, you trample on it, does it lose its worth? The answer is no. The $20 bill will not lose its worth. It's the same with you. You are here, you exist, and you are worthy. And don't let any situation, life struggle, any situation on the outside of you that maybe crumples you up for a little bit here and there, don't forget your worth. So I hope that you've enjoyed listening today about how you are worthy just because you exist. And at any moment when you feel unworthiness coming for anything at all, like I said before, it can be with job, it can be with relationships, education, whatever it is. The moment you feel that unworthiness set in, I want you to take a moment, take a breath, close your eyes, and just generate this feeling of I am worthy just because I exist. I am worthy just because I exist. I hope you enjoyed this little quick tip on worthiness, self-worth, and thank you all for watching again. Make sure that you subscribe, and I will see you next week.